first.
All right, everybody, we are here with a first-person view cast. What the bloody hell's going on? We are watching SERRAL stream. That's SERRAL.
Not sniped at all.
Not sniped at all, he says. And he's just run into REYNOR on the ladder. So we're going to be watching from SERRAL's stream, first-person point of view here, and
we got the game.
Seeing what the hell happens. So let's take a look at exactly what the hell goes on. It's Glittering Ashes. We've got, of course, ZvZ on one of the biggest maps in the pool. You've got 2018 World Champion SERRAL. Many argue the greatest of all time of StarCraft 2, though right now, Maru's making a pretty good argument for it being him, since his form is insane. But he's actually going up against the reigning World Champion. That's right, the guy who won IEM Katowice in March this year, REYNOR. So REYNOR's playing on the other side in the top right. Now, for those who don't know, yeah, there's a couple of World Championship trophies behind his head. Right?
It is REYNOR, sir.
Maybe those are just regular WCS trophies. Because he's only got one BlizzCon title. I don't actually know which trophies. I think he's got a whole cabinet next to him that's filled with them as well. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are those regular WCS trophies from him winning circuit events in 2018 or the other years? Or are these actually, is one of those a BlizzCon trophy? Because SERRAL never won a Katowice. He's done well there, but I don't think he's won one. So people can let us know. And who knows? Maybe they're like just a really grand trophy for some random LAN tournament. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Now, we are going to be watching, and it may be a little dizzying. So watching the first-person view of a pro... Whoa! Slow down! You're going to give us a bloody headache, mate. It's okay, guys. He will stop spamming past the early game quite as much. But right now, you can see he's in ultra-competitive mode. For those who don't know, SERRAL is often preyed on by REYNOR. What do we mean, preyed on? I mean, literally, REYNOR is his nemesis. SERRAL plays better build orders, has better planning, and often gets ahead versus REYNOR. But REYNOR gambles like a mother trucker, plays mind games, isn't afraid to do crazy all-in attacks, and sometimes we see REYNOR make crazy comebacks for SERRAL that he has no business making. So there's actually just a wild, wild thing going on. People complaining there's frame tearing because he's moving so fast. Unfortunately, guys, of course, we are restreaming SERRAL's stream. So he is not streaming in the highest quality, and so there's nothing I can do to improve that quality on my end. But I've actually improved the way I capture other people's streams to do the best quality we can get, but we've got it coming through the Twitch blender there as well. So we'll see exactly where it goes from here. So 2Zergling's going to scout for him. He's got that standard third base at the front. Notice he drops the Baneling Nest 245. I always say, if you are doing a normal 3-hatch build order here in Zerg versus Zerg, you need to have that Baneling Nest down by 2 minutes 50 latest. And preferably a bit before then, because if someone does a very quick speedling rush, that's going to kick in Ling speed maybe as early as 3 minutes 20. A Baneling Nest takes 40 seconds to build. So if you start that at 2 minutes 50, or in this case 2:45, that's going to kick in at about 3:25, which is just a few seconds after those Lings start flooding across the map. Just enough time for you to start morphing Banelings and defend your third base, defend the workers in your natural expansion, and survive. So a very safe timing here. He's going to follow that with an Evo chamber. You can see he's starting a wall off on the natural. He also, you can see, added that Evo chamber to a control group, so we can easily add that. Now, unfortunately, there's no control groups showing up. Normally, all along here, there's control groups. He has that option hidden. Not sure if that's because he doesn't want to give away the information, or he just feels like, it's taking up part of the screen, why bother? Either way, we're going to have to, of course, draw our own conclusions. Now, it does look like a gaming chair that he's in, not a regular office chair, guys. People in the chat talking about what sort of chair he's using. Pretty sure it's one of our standard gaming chairs. I'm using one as well. Because remember, gaming is definitely different to normal sitting in a chair. It's not. I do enjoy the gaming chairs. They're not too bad. Though I would like one of those $5,000 ergonomic fancy office person chairs personally. And there's a part of me that's a little surprised SERRAL doesn't have one. But I guess this is what he'd be playing with at a tournament. So, you know, prepare. Do your training in the same environment that you'll be competing in. The SERRAL Zergling! Guys, the SERRAL Zergling is famous. The SERRAL Zergling in Zerg vs. Zerg is a Zergling that always gets inside the base. Sees everything his opponent's doing. What does he see? He sees gases going down in the natural. Sign of macro long-term play. He sees a lair upgrading in the main, but no second gas taken in the main base. This tells him it is a roach commitment. not a muta commitment. Now, one problem here is he does need to check the saturation on the third base. If there's not a lot of drones on the third base, he could be getting roach all in. That could have been REYNOR saw the Zergling run in, started the lair to pretend he's playing a macro game. But we just see a crazy number of drones on that third base, 2 gases. So SERRAL knows, okay, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm taking a fourth. We're both playing mega macro mode. We're playing who can be the greedier Zerg right now. Now the question is, I don't think REYNOR dropped a Spire. So is either of them going to drop a Spire, or will this just be a bit of a roach headbutt game? I say headbutt, but let's be real. With these two playing, it'll be anything but a headbutt. REYNOR's the more likely, historically, to commit to a sharp roach timing, but more often than not these days, I'd actually say it's SERRAL who does that. And it really feels to me like SERRAL's got a pretty good read on where this game's going. Tries to split his Zerglings to take down the enemy Baneling. Just a very light pressure.
Oh, he's making mutas.
He's making mutas!
That,
Oh my god, perfect scout. He sees the Spire at only 50% complete. This is very important.
allowed.
So he cancels that and he says, no worries,
Well, I guess
let's get
I
some
have to
infestors.
make mutas, so.
Lurkers, so he'll go Queen Spores. As long as he has his fourth base up, I always say that this position favors the player who's playing Roach into Queens, into Spores, all that sort of stuff, as long as they can defend their 4 bases. Because the thing is, if the mutas get in early and they keep you locked on a low economy, it's not that good. But there's so many variables in this situation that can mix this up. So we're probably going to see REYNOR going mass Mutaling Bane, rolling in, looking for damage. On the other hand, though, REYNOR likes to transition into Lurkers off the back of the mutas. And because his Spire was spotted, he might choose to skip the mutas entirely and actually play it out that way. I wouldn't rely on it, though, because I think mutas are a great way to get a bit of momentum. It's just if he's going all in, Mutaling Bane, trying to damage the economy of SERRAL, he's going to have a very hard time doing it. SERRAL scouting with a Speed Overseer confirms that mutas are on the way. Sees quite a lot of them, drops some Changelings there for some more vision. He's got a few Zerglings that are going to run into that 4th base, looking for some more drones, making another Overseer, seeing if he can send that into Scout to get the clarification. 4th base right now, he hasn't really been able to drone it up. He's just trying to keep the 4th alive. Lots of extra Queens on the way, connecting the creep. Your bases are quite spread on this map, so there's a lot of angles the mutas can come from. But notice he's already got 3 infestors out. As they gather energy, he's going to have fungal growth. Fungal is amazing for killing big packs of Zerglings and Banelings rolling in, as well as big packs of mutas flying in. And he already sees here, okay, you're droning your 4th base, so he knows that REYNOR's got a giant economy, and because of that, he has to drone up his 4th base as well. But the mutas catch a bit of the transfer, and he's got to see with his Changeling that's in the main base, are you going Hive? Are you going Hydra Den Lurker, or are you going to actually hit me with a lot more Banelings? Because if it's a lot more Banelings, SERRAL needs to turtle up, wall off with Evos and Lurkers and Roaches split. But if it's a swap back into Roach Lurker of his own, and it's just a small squad of harassment mutas, that's where SERRAL has a bit more urgency of saying, hey, I'm going to be into Lurkers, mass Roach faster than you, let's take the fight to you. Here comes a big attack, guys. It's a mass Roach assault, but, oh, he catches some of the Roaches with the fungal. And of course, does dodge those corrosive biles near perfectly. Ooh, Ling's on his 4th base, though. So his economy's not looking great right now. Queens are up there, though. And if he can trap that Roach pack with a fungal, kill a bunch more, that would be very nice. REYNOR's keeping him on mass Roach right now. The question is, how committed was this from REYNOR? REYNOR's the kind of Chad who will not shy away from massing Roaches off 80 drones and just be like, lol, Roaches. SERRAL's the kind of guy who'd say, well, that's technically bad, so you're not going to do that. But he's been playing REYNOR a lot lately, and oh my golly, that's a big, juicy fungal. No getting out of here scot-free, REYNOR, and I actually think he could have sent another fungal and killed even more there. These fights are really good for SERRAL. If he could get some Vipers out and some Hydralisks just to get rid of these mutas, Vipers for Blinding Cloud.
Taking the Lurkers quick here.
And then he can go Lurkers. And he says, I guess he's taking the Lurkers quicker. He's saying that because REYNOR's not attacking him, not all-inning him with the Roaches anymore. He's
exactly what he's doing.
He says, I know
I'm in big trouble here already. Need to get Vipers.
Let's catch that, guys.
Exactly what he's doing. Yeah. Exactly what he's doing. I'm in big trouble here already. Need to get Vipers.
So SERRAL saying he's in big trouble here. realizing that the lurkers are going to be out much earlier and that there's a good chance he's going to have to push,
maybe
defend an early lurker push. He feels like they're going to be there. I actually think SERRAL's misread the game. I think with the amount of roaches we saw, REYNOR committed a lot more to roaches than he realizes, and I think they're going to have very similar lurker timings, and that's part of why REYNOR's still trying to kill him with roaches right now. And actually, he does a giant roach run by. SERRAL has misread this in a big way.
Well,
I think
messed that up real bad.
Oh, SERRAL's in trouble right now. You see, he was worrying about the next step. I told you guys, REYNOR's the sort of Chad who will make a really shit early game composition for many minutes at a time. And now REYNOR's doing so much damage. SERRAL's dead. He's just lost so many drones. He's making that noise. He accidentally didn't run his roaches in after the enemy roaches. He's messed up completely. He's kind of angry with himself. You can see he's like so frustrated looking at how badly he played this. He was thinking about the next step.
The roaches in. That's just the number one rule.
Number one rule is never let the roaches in. I gotta agree with you, SERRAL.
You're way ahead here.
I gotta agree with you, mate. I gotta agree with you, dude. Dude, it's just one of those things where I think he can still recover because honestly, REYNOR's pretty all in. REYNOR has a giant economy, but I guarantee you, REYNOR has not been attacking up. He's playing 3-3 Roach Ravager probably. He's probably getting the upgrades, but nothing else. He probably doesn't even have Vipers on the way. He might not even have a Hive. Yeah, he's got 5 bases. REYNOR has all the money in the world. But REYNOR, it's an awkward transition for him to get to the next stage. So REYNOR's going to keep looking to do these big Roach run bys. And SERRAL sneaking a few Roaches across. Very important he gets damage with that while turtling up and defending as much as he can. The Fungal Blinding Cloud combo could be massive. He's still got those Infestors from earlier in the game. His Roaches over there. He's going to kill the Queen, and then he's just A-moving him, letting him kill whatever they run into. And you can see most of REYNOR's supplies on this side of the map. So kind of nasty for him. Looks like he did burrow his drones. And he's going to burrow his own Roaches as well to get them out of there. If he can get the double Lurker army, Roach Ravager does not deal with Viper Lurker, guys. It does not. REYNOR's building spines and spores in each base now. The fact that REYNOR's on a 5th base so early is kind of crazy.
The problem is that I can't still move out just yet.
He says the problem is I can't move out just yet. And he's absolutely right. But what is REYNOR's lurker count really? And where the heck is his lurker tech?
If I didn't lose those drones, I would have been actually really in a good spot.
SERRAL, sometimes he just, I think he applies a bit too much logic to think in what REYNOR's doing. REYNOR never plays with logic against SERRAL. Because he knows that SERRAL's such a logical, you do this, then you do this, that's how you play proper StarCraft. SERRAL has so much respect for REYNOR, he thinks that he plays that way. REYNOR does not play that way. REYNOR plays like such a risk taker, it's actually kind of dirty at times, and he doesn't do it against everyone, but he almost always does it versus SERRAL. The Vipers have only just popped out now, but look at the way REYNOR's out positioning him. He's managed to just do a little lurker run by, it's just 3 lurkers, 4 lurkers. Oh, nice abducts. He should be able to save the hatchery. He's going to save it. He's going to save the hatchery there, but oh my god, his lurkers are getting jumped on. Great, Fungal. And he does save some of these lurkers, or one of them, into a beautiful position. His own Roaches doing a lot of damage on the other side. I'm not sure if this was a good enough attack for REYNOR. It feels like SERRAL's economy is shit, but I don't know. I still do not know what the worker count was. SERRAL has had so little information past the early game. The mutas really shut him out of knowing what was going on.
I'm fucking this up. I'm actually kind of making a comeback here, but I'm messing it up real bad.
I'm making a comeback, but I'm also messing it up real bad. He says, I think SERRAL a little mad that he walked into corrosive biles right there.
My.
His Roaches are killing, but he's going to lose his 4th base. He's got to, oh, transfuse! The transfuse! Oh! That hatchery was so dead. That one queen had so much energy. And she stacked 3 transfuses, barely keeping it alive. Oh, that was clutch. That might actually seal him the deal. Because, like I said, he's got such a better army. REYNOR's first lurkers got thrown away. Now, REYNOR still has Vipers. The question is, how much economy did he lose? No, he's got no drones on that base. I think REYNOR may have been more all in this whole time than we ever realized. He's transfusing again. He survives another wave. He's got a lurker in the right base. He's killing the center base on the low ground. SERRAL right now is pushing on forward. And where is REYNOR's army to greet it? There we go. Okay, SERRAL wants to back away from that. He knows there's still a few Roaches over there. He's morphed an Overseer to try and catch those Roaches. He's hunting them down methodically while marauding with this army. He's splitting another lurker to run by the right side and get in there. These Roaches of REYNOR being cheeky little fuckers right now. He might finally get that base snipe that he's been looking for. SERRAL, no, transfuses again. Saves the hatchery on the left. And there we go. Looks like he's managed to defend 4 now. He doesn't have many overseers at the front, though, and that is a problem. He's putting guys back on gas. Gas, very important here. There's lurkers there. You gotta watch out, watch out, SERRAL. Okay, SERRAL, he does get 1 Viper abducted, but not enough Hydras for REYNOR to actually kill it. And look at that. Oh, it's going to go down before he could kill that giant rally of drones. But guess what? REYNOR's back to 4 base. SERRAL's on 4 base. Roach is in his natural causing problems. REYNOR's trying to abduct the Vipers, but once again, his Hydra count is very low, and it feels like REYNOR does not have the Hydra attack range yet, which is really hurting him. SERRAL is still on a gimped economy. His economy is maybe 45 workers at this point. At most 50. Of course, his main's mined out. His natural's half mined out. His third's getting to half mined out. So he's still got enough, drones almost to mine from his bases. But yeah, he's got a good army, but he can't really afford to replace it. So he's still got to be efficient. Getting those Hydras caught, very dangerous. Blinding Cloud. This is a Blinding Cloud maneuver here. Oh, he's going to try and abduct that lurker in. Does kill it. Sees lurkers coming in. He's going to split his army. Realizing, okay, I've got to intercept those lurkers trying to run down the left side of the map. This army here is going to try and go across. He sees, okay, if REYNOR's running home, well then guess what? I'm going to try and move over there, snipe his base in the middle before he gets there. These Hydra's going to try and distract, and they do just that. They burrow, and goodbye base in the middle. REYNOR's in big trouble now. He's going to lose that base. That lurker gets abducted there. The base goes down. REYNOR might go for the base trade, so SERRAL quickly runs home. SERRAL right now seems to be back in this game. Is he going to re-drone his bases? I wonder if he's been re-droning during this. If we get a glimpse of his base on the left side, we'll find out. It feels like he hasn't.
That's my only shot in this game.
He says he
has too many Vipers. I need the best fight of my life.
He says, yeah, he feels like he's only got 1 fight to win this game because his economy is so low. He's not even mining off his 4th, whereas REYNOR is. But he says, REYNOR has too many Vipers. I'm going to need the best fight of my life. He's setting up an Omega surround. He's going to go for a giant engagement from every single angle. The lurker Hydra coming in. The blinding clouds cover everything. And this is absolutely massive. Both armies get covered in blinding cloud, but his is naturally spread in an arc where the opponent's army cannot perform. And that was a savage brutal surround. Now, guys, he did not need the best fight of all time. He was up 30 army supply in that fight, I guarantee you. But because his economy is so low, so he had more there. Plus, there's mutas chewing up supply and these harassment lurkers. But he added an amazing fight to an already amazing army that he had. And that was devastating. That was devastating. Remember, REYNOR's only on 4 bases right now. So even though he's got a few more drones, there's no way REYNOR can stop this army. This is so much Hydra lurker. And even with the lurker harassment coming in, that's damaging an already hurting economy. REYNOR has to stop the army. If he can't stop the army, he can't do nothing. And abduct seems cool. It doesn't do anything unless you've got Hydras to back it up. REYNOR's on too many Vipers. Objectively, too many Vipers. This is the same mistake that Rogue made against Dark. Too many Vipers, not enough Hydras to back them up. And look at that. There's a billion Vipers. He's got to start just dropping parasitic bombs on SERRAL's Vipers. That's all REYNOR can do here. But after losing all his Hydras in the middle, the Vipers are no longer worth very much. And this has been a huge turnaround. SERRAL fighting back from behind. He loves playing this late game stage, and he's done it very well this game. I do think he misread the mid game a little bit, thinking that REYNOR was going to transition earlier than he did. Ooh, a couple of lurkers do get yoinked over. And that is always painful. He's going to try and gather some more energy with his Viper.
To get her now, please.
That lurker's going to pull back. He's knocked REYNOR back to 3 bases. SERRAL on 4 bases, REYNOR on 3. That lower worker count, not such a big deal anymore. He can keep transferring over to this base on the left side. And why isn't he redroning that base, you might be wondering? Basically because he feels like his army just needs more pieces to function properly. If you're a bit short on the lurker count, the Vipers aren't that good. If you're a bit short on the Hydra count, the abducts aren't that good. There's all these different pieces that need to kind of work together. And he's just saying, I need to have a really big army and use it correctly. And that's more important than building 10 more drones, which will give me an advantage 4 or 5 minutes from now. He feels like the important game-deciding fights are going to happen right now. He doesn't have time for that. Oh, okay. He does burrow there, but he loses a couple of lurkers. He does get 2 enemy Vipers. Still very dangerous. I like that little Hydra squad. I think they're there to kill Vipers that are looking to flank. He's looking potentially to see what he can do. He's going to regroup this army. He's going to try to see what he can come into. Where are those enemy lurkers? He's going to come around the top side. He will get spotted by these overlords. Overseers are up the front. Oh, he's going to get a concave. He's looked to Blinding Cloud, but REYNOR too afraid to run up that ramp. And look at this. REYNOR's on pure lurker. Where are the Hydras once again? REYNOR's got this crazy army. It looks like he had so much money. He made like 15 more lurkers at once. But he's lost so many units in these previous fights. His Hydras are off to the right side. Oh, okay. Abduct the Overseer, I think, is a good move there for REYNOR. REYNOR's thinking about running those Hydras in on the front to hit this base.
Yes,
but
10 lurkers there as well. I didn't expect that.
Oh! Oh, okay. Abducts. Hold position on the Hydras. He used hold position so they would fight the Vipers. If he A-moved them, they would have gone after the enemy Hydras and Lurkers, but he holds position so they shoot the enemy Vipers the moment they get abducted in. Perfect micro from SERRAL there. Did kill quite a few of them. Bit of a trade-off though, but now he's getting up into the production. If he can kill the tech, that could be huge. A whole bunch of Roaches coming up here along with those Hydras, and for some reason Queens all there on a separate squad trying to defend. Lots of manual control in this messy scenario for SERRAL. But if those Lurkers unburrow and run forward, his Roaches can deal with them. He's just going to go for it. He says, hey, they don't have enough support. Let's do it. And he will be able to kill a lot of them. Of course, that Lurker in the back does some good damage. But these Lurkers in the open and without any support, right? That's where the Lurkers suffer. They're like siege tanks. They're so good when they're sitting behind other units, when they're defended by a wall or a choke point. But when they're caught in the open, they go down, and that's a great snipe. 4 Hydras in the main. He's picking off Overlords, drones, anything he can. SERRAL still at 150 supply, and now he's really doing big damage to REYNOR. He's got more units here, regrouping in the center of the map, finally clearing out that area. He knows those Hydras are going to go down, so he will burrow them. Burrows them right now, hoping there's no Overseer for REYNOR. And there we go, the enemy Lurkers. He's just going to abduct. Grabs 2 of them out of the ground, a 3rd one out of the ground, a 4th one maybe. Oh, yeah, Blinding Cloud.
Let's not throw. We might win this one if we don't throw. Okay?
Let's not throw. I might win this one if I don't throw. Okay. I love nervous SERRAL. Where he's just like, It's like, don't headbutt into Blinding Cloud Lurker, bro. Now he ends up headbutting here, but this is not a headbutt, is it? That's a beautiful spread. A beautiful split.
I should have been in so much better spot here, honestly.
I should have been in so much of a better spot here.
One up for sure.
Not very happy with his performance. So basically SERRAL in every single game he's ever played, if the man makes a single mistake, he is eternally disappointed in himself. Perhaps part of the secret of why he's so goddamn good at the game. But something we think we're beholding perfection. All he sees is mistakes stacked on mistakes stacked on. I guess I got lucky and won anyway. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. A little insight into the internal monologue of one of the greatest at this game. Roach Hydra coming on forward. He does have to pull back into those Lurkers. If he gets rid of this base, that's REYNOR's last mining. And it looks like he will. He can't really get another base right now. You can see he's jumping around. And he's going to try to pull back and deal with those Roaches. REYNOR has to tap! He's out of fuel. Down to 69 supply. REYNOR taps out. And SERRAL angrily goes back through the replay.
Honestly. Because I was so dead there. Very happy about that one, honestly. Because I was so dead there. He messed up big time with that one attack.
Very happy? Really? Yep. You sounded pretty disappointed, SERRAL. What do you mean very happy? He says REYNOR did mess up pretty bad with that one big attack through the middle where he got the giants around.
To be fair. Well, actually, this is
he's on 53 drones versus 74 workers here at this point. I mean, this is actually a pretty bad scenario he found himself in. So I totally agree with SERRAL in this one. He was in a bad spot. But this is when his Roach started burrowing into the base. And that's actually a big part of what got him back in the game. His burrowed Roaches really distracted REYNOR. They picked off a lot of workers. They kept him very busy. He had more Roaches coming from that left side. And this all set him up for that big surround in the middle that came in later. This was a cute Lurker attack. But remember, this all just started the tail of the hatchery that would not die in the top left. It got into the orange from the Lurkers. And then Roaches came in like 3 different times and could not succeed in sniping it. So hats off to bloody SERRAL for hanging on there. Obviously, guys, he's just moving his screen around at lightning pace. We're like, what's going on? Can you hold it still so we can see stuff? And he's like, dude, I don't need any time. 46 drones, guys. He got REYNOR down to 46 drones with those Roach run bys. Those Roach run bys were huge. They were huge. I can't believe he didn't show us the engagement in the middle. I wanted to see that from everyone's point of view, SERRAL. It was a beautiful fight, though, honestly. If he shows us the army graph, that would be
Massive
super
mistake to
sick.
not actually see where the roaches were going almost cost me the game.
GG. Very well played, though, guys. This was awesome. As always, fantastic play from SERRAL. Great play from REYNOR, who always puts him through a very, very hard set of circumstances to win that game. Thanks for watching this first-person view cast, guys. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/SERRAL. Good night, everybody.